son's family, if you will. Um, I have Miss Manasia Hendricks and her mom Sonia. Now, I stumbled across this young lady through a very, very good friend. You could say my best friend, Charles, which is Manasia's uncle. And I was really surprised and shocked and almost somewhat in awe of the things that she has done and continues to do. So let me just say that to you, Manasia. I am very proud of you.
Thank
This is
you.
my first time meeting you in person, but I am extremely proud of you. And when I thought about bringing you on the show, I thought about a past show that I had done with some former basketball players, and we talked about doing something after sports. Okay, I'm a sports-based show, but it fits. And I understand that you play softball.
Yes.
You play softball for your school.
Yes.
And what school is that you
Upper
play softball?
Dublin High School.
Upper Dublin. So you're out in that county, which is
Yes.
great. So how did you get interested in softball, and how did you start playing softball?
I had an interest in softball since last year, but I never really put my foot to go and do it. So when the opportunity came towards me at school this year to play softball for my school, I took the opportunity. Now I was the only one in there who never touched a bat, who never touched a softball, who never played. So it was challenging for me, but I did it.
Cool. So you said you did it, and I like that. You said you were the only person there that never touched a bat, but you went in head first and you took the challenge on head first and you tackled it. What position do you play?
I play right outfield.
Wow, that must be kind of boring.
Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, I say that because I've played before, and I know in softball,
You gotta
not a
have
lot
some
of balls,
good hitters
are
out
getting
there.
hit
Yeah.
out there. Okay, so in playing softball, you have teammates,
Yes.
and I saw that you were like the teammate slash cheerleader.
Yes.
Um, that's another thing that I love about you. Your spirit is just amazing. So when you're playing softball, how do you feel being around other girls your age doing something that I'm sure that you like now? Something that you like when for that moment you don't have anything to worry about but the game itself.
Well, when we are playing softball, we all think as a team and we all move as a team. And when that's my only focus, I'm not worried about what I'm doing later when I'm on the bench. I'm not worried about what's going on with him or her when I'm on the bench. I'm worried about my teammate either up there swinging that bat to get us a run or them getting that out so we can do that. So that's my only concern. Whether I'm on the bench or I'm in the game, I'm worried about my team.
Now, folks, you see we have two ladies here. We have Mom here, and Mom is looking very intent, and that's something that I'm happy to see today because, as you know, I am all for the youth, and I like to do things to get parents more involved with their youth in sports and other ventures that they may do. I coach basketball, and I was so used to parents bringing their kids to the gym and just dropping them off and telling them to call me when practice is over. And I won't say hate, but I really dislike that because you only know me from coaching, and not saying that anything is wrong there, but for all intent purposes, you need to be involved with your kids because you need to know what your kids are doing. You never know what may happen, what may come of it. You never know how good your kid is. I've had guys that actually went on to play Division I basketball, and their parents were totally involved. And the way that things are going now, if the parents are not involved, the kids will be taken under. I've seen it, and I stay in tune with the recruiting process and things of that nature with sports. And it's very intricate, it's very intimate, where they want social media tags, handles, and everything. So parents, you see this lady sitting here, her name is Sonia, by the way. She's here with her daughter, and let me tell you, she is in her corner. If very supportive, and she is pretty much the poster child of what I just said. So, getting back to the softball for a little bit, how is that for you? Are you comfortable when you're on the field? Because the other part of this interview we're gonna get into, I've seen you and you seem like super comfortable with the other part. So how do you compare playing softball and your actual shirt business?
Well, they are two like different things, but I bring them on the same level because I'm one person and I would do both of them. Now, how I feel about playing softball, it's extreme interest of mine right now because it's my first year playing, and I picked up so many new things while just learned playing softball for 1 year, and I want to continue my softball, I guess you could call it career, and so even off season, I have plans on going to batting cages and getting some batting work in, and comparing this to I say it's like is me, so they do compare because I put a little pizzazz of me into softball, and I put a little pizzazz of me into I say. So I execute the same characteristics to both because I am a one person. So they both I find likeliness in both of them, and I make both of them the same for me while being enjoyable, while still having a mindset to get this done and get that done.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It's an answer that's beyond your 15 years, in my opinion, and I applaud you for that. Are there any other sports that you're interested in, or you think you may be interested in somewhere down the line?
Well, I
His
cheer.
mom is laughing, so
Because you know what I'm about
that's
to
her
say.
tell.
I cheerlead too. And I also have always had an interest in basketball. But I've never played
Okay.
because
Well,
it's not my mom's first-hand sport.
well, that's not a problem. See, you know me now, and my partner has a basketball organization. So when you ready,
I don't think that
Call
ladies are
me.
supposed to play basketball.
why not?
Cause it's a men's sport. Like I feel like basketball.
I feel like that's the part where people go wrong. You can't put a sex on a sport because that's basically
Listen to her,
saying
Mom.
that women don't deserve certain rights. That's basically going back to when women weren't allowed to vote because it was a man's thing to do, or women aren't allowed to work in certain fields because it's a man's job to do. And I feel like you have to go to those certain points and break that level of sameness and do something different. That's like saying the president is a man's job.
Well, I can't say that. Basketball is a fun sport. It's a team sport. And all I'm going to say, Mom, is if she's interested, let her try it.
I'm all about supporting, uplifting, because I do believe that we as parents, we are the first seat to building our children up and pouring to our children, and by any means necessary do I want to send a message that I'm not supportive of you, because I don't doubt without a second that I'm sure if Manasia was to play basketball, she would apply herself fully and she would
And you're
excel.
gonna be right there with
and
your
I would be right there with my
signs and
poster.
everything.
But now we ain't going to get nah. We just right now we need to focus on softball and I say and whatever else she wants to do. But I just think that sometimes with that sport it builds and shifts into too many other things, and in a society where certain things has become more prevalent, I don't want to increase the odds of likeliness for certain things if I can minimize them.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Well, great answer, Mom. But just a little tidbit, and I'm just saying this because I'm a little biased right now. I'm a basketball guy. We got the WNBA, we got college basketball. And not taking anything away from softball, but college basketball, a little bit more prevalent when you get into the weighing system as far as like recruiting and going to school. They recruit a little bit heavier in basketball, but it's all about Manasia and what she wants, which direction she wants to go in. So That was quick. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the real meat of this interview. This young lady, you heard her speak, and I'm sure you're impressed. You will be thoroughly impressed when we come back when she talks about the next mention. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes. That was just for sakes of me posting. Keeping with my radio theme and just for me posting the video. All right.
Me? Right here?
Other side.
Oh. Did I get it?
Other side.
This side? Right here?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm glad the camera didn't see it on that side. And then you got this right there, right underneath your eye. You need to post it. Let me see, hold on.